Hi, everyone. This is Anna, one of your consumer technology specialists at Mid-Continent Public Library. Today, we are going to take a look at some resources for accessing free eAudiobooks, meaning digital audiobook titles. I want to first mention that the library does have a large eAudiobook collection through Overdrive, which is the company that runs our digital catalog. And they do have the Libby by Overdrive app. These titles can be accessed either through our website or from the free Libby app that you can download from your device's app store. There are also free eAudiobooks available on a few of our other online resources for kids and adults. So it's definitely worth going to our online resources and you can browse, and that will give you a little more information. We are actually not going to look at those resources today. But I did want to mention that they exist because they are great and they are free resources available to anyone with an MCPL library card. So we are going to look at a couple other free resources for digital audiobooks. And we are going to start with the Project Gutenberg Open Audiobook Collection. So Project Gutenberg has been around for a number of years, and it is a website where you can access thousands of free digital titles, both ebooks and e-audiobooks. And most of these titles are outside of copyright limitations, so you are going to see a lot of older and classic titles on their list. The audiobooks in this specific collection are a little different than what you might find on a site like Audible or even the library's digital catalog. That is because these titles are synthetically narrated audiobooks, which have been created in a collaboration between the Microsoft company, the University MIT, and Project Gutenberg. So what's cool about their open audiobook collection is that right now they have about 5,000 titles, and you can access them from very convenient places, such as Spotify or Apple or Google Podcasts. So these books will be classified as episodes of a podcast, and that allows them to remain freely available on these services. There is a website for the Open Audiobook Collection, so you can start there. And they will give you links directly to the collections on Spotify, Apple, and Google, or you can access them from within any of the services apps. So for example, if I have Spotify open, I can just use my search box and do a search for Project Gutenberg. And in the results list, I can see the Project Gutenberg Open Audiobook Collection. And when I tap on that, I get a list of episodes, and each episode is actually a book. So the downside to this is there really isn't a good way to search through the list, but I can tap follow to add the podcast to my library, which will make it quicker to find in the future. And I can also add specific books to my library by tapping the plus sign when I see them in the episode lists. When I do that, it tells me that the episode has been saved to My Episodes. So if I tap Your Library again and go to What is My Library, I should now see Your Episodes as an option on my library list. And from here, I can tap that and I can see the individual episodes or the individual books that I have saved. So it might be if you have some time to browse, you might just scroll through the list and use the plus sign to add the books that sound interesting to you. Then when you come back later, you'll be able to find them. And since these books are all classified as podcasts, Spotify will remember the place where you stop. So if you can only listen to part of it, which may be very likely if you're listening to a multi-hour audiobook, you will be able to come back and start where you left off. And then if you do want to remove a book, I can tap the More menu. That's these three dots. And then I just tap Remove from this playlist. If I would prefer to listen on Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts, it's going to have a similar configuration to Spotify, where each book is an episode of the podcast, and I have different options to save those episodes individually or follow the collection itself. The next resource we're going to look at is called LibriVox, and this is a website that has free public domain audiobooks. Public domain is just another way to say that the titles are no longer under copyright restrictions. So these audiobooks are all read by volunteers. So you're not going to find your favorite celebrities reading any books or their memoir. You're not going to find anything like that. But some professional audiobook narrators have gotten their start on this website. It does give them a great place to present their talents and direct publishers or potential casting agents to examples of their work. So if you're an aspiring audiobook narrator, you should definitely check this site out. If you are just a listener, you have many options. Depending on the book you choose, there could be multiple audio editions, which just gives you more to choose from as far as finding a narrator that you like. For example, Pride and Prejudice. If I search for this title, I get a results list with 9 different editions that I can choose from to listen to the same book. Version 6 here even says that it's a dramatic reading, which I can see listed here. And then when I open the information page for this edition, it means that rather than just one narrator, there is a whole cast of people here who are listed as reading the different characters. So this edition is going to be more like a sound play or a radio drama than a traditional audiobook with just one, maybe 2 narrators. On this page, on the left side here, I can also see that I do have options to download this entire book, subscribe to it using iTunes, or if I scroll down past the cast list, I can also see that I can stream the title right from this web page. So I can listen to it from the web page, and I wouldn't have to download anything in that instance. So that is LibriVox. There is also a resource called Digital Book, and this is a little bit different. So this site says that it will help you search through many websites for digital audiobook or ebook titles. So this site will actually search Project Gutenberg and LibriVox along with a handful of other sites. So it could be a good option if you are maybe short on time or just don't want to go through individual sites to find what you're looking for. You do have the option to search multiple sites using this digital book website. You do want to make sure that the content card in the results list says free audiobook. The results on the list, when you do a search for something, it does show the free audiobooks, but it also does have Amazon Audible titles mixed in, and these say free with Audible trial. And that is because this website has partnered with Amazon for advertising in order to make the money they need to keep the site running for free. That's why all the book ads are from Amazon, and they're kind of just interspersed with the search results. So it is something you want to keep an eye on. You may also need to try multiple search words to find what you're looking for. For example, when I searched Jane Austen, only one free audiobook came up, and that was for Sense and Sensibility. But then I changed my search terms and searched for Pride and Prejudice, and there were multiple free audiobook results for that. So it's not a perfect system, but it will search those multiple websites for you. So if there is a specific classic book you're looking for, it may be quicker to search this site than each of the others individually, like I mentioned. So these are just a few sites where we can access free digital audiobooks or eAudiobooks. Thank you for watching today. That's it for today's video. If you liked it, make sure you let us know by following our MCPL 360 page on Facebook and our MCPL MO channel on YouTube. We premiere new videos every Wednesday and Friday at 1 p.m. And if you missed the live event, you can always find all of our videos on YouTube on one of our many technology-related playlists on our YouTube channel. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you again next time.